In today's video I will show you how to send a file from your iPhone app to your watchOS app. So firstly what you will have to do is you will have to pair your Apple Watch with iPhone, and you can see how to do that over here. Like, this is a manual process which the user has to do. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you the output of this video because I don't have a real iPhone or a watchOS app, but I'm pretty sure it will work because in my previous video I have shown you how to do this, like how to send string data from iOS to watchOS and from watchOS to iOS, and that was possible via the simulator, but sending file is not possible. So that's one thing. Also, I forgot to mention, like, this will be a Flutter tutorial, but the watchOS part we will be doing completely in Swift and Swift UI. But more like some of the part of sending the file will be done in Swift as well for iOS, but I will guide you through all that. So as usual, before you even get started, like, if you want to check it for the iOS simulator, maybe in future version of iOS simulator it might work, because sending string data works as of now. So what you will have to do, you can't just select any iOS simulator and watchOS simulator. You will have to first pair them. So what you will have to do is you will have to select your iOS simulator, click on manager and destination, go to your simulators, click plus, then here you can select any iOS simulator, but you will have to check this checkbox. Then click next, then select whatever Apple Watch you want to select. I have already created those, like this watchOS and iOS simulator paired, and I have given this name so that I can just remember, because there are ton of simulators by default when available when you install Xcode. I have deleted those unnecessary ones. So yeah, let's get started. Again, I won't be able to show you the output, sorry about that. So here I have just created a normal Flutter project, and here you can see I have refactored the home page widget. So I have created this method channel because we want to send the file from iOS to watchOS on a button click. That's why this method channel has been created. And I have created this data variable because we need a callback from watchOS to iOS. Okay, the file was sent, and there is one other callback when the app is initially installed, that we get from watchOS to iOS, that okay, there is our app is installed on watchOS as well. That's for that I have created this variable. And for that also, for that callback to work, we have to create this event channel and stream subscription. So here you can see that here you will get the actual callback from watchOS to iOS. Like, it will go from native watchOS to native iOS, and from native iOS I am sending it back to Flutter. So here I am appending that data, and on dispose I am just cancelling the subscription. So here inside text, I'm just whatever data has been sent as a callback, I'm just displaying inside the text widget. And inside text button, here you can see I'm sending a string data. Like I have told you that we will be sending a file, like converting the string data to a file has been done on the native iOS side because it is much more easier. It would be otherwise we will have to create another plugin of creating a file for native iOS or include any third-party library. I didn't want to do that. That's why from sending the data from Flutter to native iOS, we will send it in the form of string, but we will convert it to a file on native iOS side. So here you can see I'm just sending this data, but you can send any data what you want to. So that's one thing. Okay, now we will move to native iOS part. So first what you will have to do is go to your app delegate.swift file, and here you can see also you will have to use, I think, iOS 15 or 16, because we are using some of the code which is supported only in the latest version of iOS. So I'll just tell you what version I'm using. I think it is 16. Yeah, at least keep it to 16. Next, go to app delegate.swift, import watch connectivity, and we will have to also extend this WC session delegate for sending data to watchOS and receiving as well. And here I'm also extending the Flutter stream handler for listening to the callback from watchOS. And here you can see I have created this network handler as well as the event channel, as well as the event sync for it. Here I am just initializing our controller, then I am initializing our Flutter event channel as well. Then this is for our method channel for sending data from iOS to watchOS. Here I am first checking whether the session has been properly created or not. If yes, then only activate the session. And here you can see I am using the same identifier which we have defined it on the Flutter side. Then once we get this particular data from the Flutter side, here you can see that I am creating a file for it. If the file does not exist, sorry, this should not be hello from iPhone, this should have been data. So whatever data we have, we will write it to the file and create a file. and send it to the user. So here you can see I'm calling send file. If the file is already present, then I'm not appending any data. If you want, you can append some data and then send the file. Okay, so you can edit an existing file if you want to. So that's one thing. And here you can see we have to override these methods from wc session delegate. So here once once the app is installed both on iOS and watchOS, and if they are opened both on iOS and watchOS, we get a callback from watchOS that okay, the watch app is installed. So this you will see on the iOS part. And here you can see this is the send file method. So as usual, you just have to call session.transfer file and you have to pass the file URL to this. And this we have to override for our flutter event channel because we have to initialize our event sync. Okay, so that's it for iOS part. Now for watchOS part, what you will have to do is just go to your Xcode, click at the top of file, new, then target, select watchOS, select app, click next. You will have to select your existing app. So my existing app is called runner, so this is by default in flutter, and you can give any name to your product. So I have just named it as my watch app and just click on finish. I have already created this, so I'm not creating it again. First you will have to define this connectivity file. So again it is like a Swift file which extends wc session delegate. But once you create this file, make sure you, if this is not already checked, the target membership should be your watch app and not your iOS app. And here we will received some text, so I have created a variable for this. So whatever the file contains which we are sending it from iOS, we will just extract that text and add like assign it to this particular variable. Again inside init, I'm just checking whether wc session is supported, then activate the session. And here I'm overriding this method from wc session delegate as well as this one. And here you can see I'm just calling that same file, saved file, and if the file already exists with such name on watchOS, I'm removing that file. Then I'm copying the that particular file which we received from iOS to watchOS, and then trying to read some contents from it. And whatever contents I have, I'm just assigning it to receive text variable. Okay, so that's one thing. Next, if you go to your content view, here we are using some Swift UI. It's pretty simple. So all I am doing is that I'm creating an object for our connectivity Swift file which we have defined, and I just have some this random text so that we just know that the app is running. Otherwise by default this is empty, right? So you might be confused like why is the app not running. So just for making sure the app is running properly on watchOS, I have assigned this text. And once you get some any data, I'm just displaying inside the receive text. Now the important part is if you try to run this application, it will give some kind of an error. And to resolve it, what you will have to do is you will have to go to runner, go to build phases, and here this embedded watch content might be at the bottom for you. You will have to drag and drop this below the run script, and that should resolve the issue for you. I think you don't have to change anything for this watch runner watch target, but yeah, just check once. This should be something like this. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.